Howdy folks, and welcome to Harres Maker Shop. I'm Jason. I'm the hand you'll see in this video. If you watch closely later on in the video, you might see an appearance by Mrs. Harres Maker Shop's hands. Today we're turning a maple burl, a big leaf maple burl. Turned out awesome. There's some beauty shots at the end. This is just was a fun turn, pretty easy. Everything went according to plan. We did run into a few issues with burls, some weird grain, and had to do some sealing up at little cracks and whatnot, but nothing bad. So thanks for being here. I appreciate you clicking on the video, and I'll be popping in and out. Thanks. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll notice that a lot of times I use burls in cast in resin. You know, they're fun to turn. You never know what you're going to get with the color as it solidifies and the pigments that mix. But this one I was lucky enough to get big enough to I could just turn it natural. So there's no resin in this one other than a sealant. And again, it just turned out great. I'm not an expert turner, but I'm getting better every bowl. I learned something new. I've been really focusing on getting a flat foot for my tenon when I mount when I turn the bowl around and mount it on the chuck. Sometimes I get a lot of wobble just because I don't spend enough time making sure it's flat. And this one I did a pretty good job, I think. Turn it around, everything seemed to be going pretty square or true. So pretty happy with that. And as we get to the bowl turn, if you're still here, I really appreciate you sticking with it. At the time this voiceover, we're at 98 subs. It'd be awesome to get up to over 100. So if you think I deserve it, a like, subscribe, a share would be awesome. And if you have any comments for me, any suggestions, any feedback, please leave them. I'd love to read them, and I do my best to reply to all of them. Really need to get some bigger calipers. This is the second or third bowl in a row that have been too deep for me to get an accurate depth reading on how deep these bowls are. I know I can make a bowl reading gauge or bowl depth gauge, if that's what it's called. I just haven't done it yet. I'm getting too nervous about making funnels out of these burls, but I'll figure it out. Figured it out in this one, and it worked out fine. It was just a little bit nerve-wracking. It's kind of funny as I watch this back to using the calipers, and I'm not too sure what I'm thinking. I know they don't fit; they're too small. But I'm hoping maybe this time it'll tell me it's not going to go through the bottom. So I switch out to go for a ruler, and that seems to work. This bowl ended up being about 4.5 or 5 inches deep, so that'd be a good size, and it didn't become a funnel. So pretty happy with that. After filling it one or two little cracks with some UV resin, it's time to start sanding. I only got the bowl to the shape I wanted, and it's got it pretty smooth already. So I think I start out with 120 sandpaper here. Nothing more boring than watching people sand, so I'll save you some of that, and we'll just kind of skip through this quickly. But typically I'll do sanding from 80 or 120 up to about 320 before I do my resin coat to fill in any little cracks, any little fissures or whatnot. As I start cleaning the bowl off with a little bit of denatured alcohol, it gives you that first sneak peek at what this grain looks like again. It'll pop more when I have my finish on it, but you can kind of see this thing is really nice looking. Hey, I want to thank you for sticking to this video. We're about halfway through it, and hopefully you're liking what you see. If you do, a like, a subscribe, maybe a comment, some feedback, or any questions you may have that I can answer would be great. Really helps the channel grow. So thanks for being here, and we got a little more to go. Thank you. Now that I put on some of that UV resin that I use to, fill in any defects, you can really see how this grain is popping it. Swirls are going in all different directions. It's just beautiful. When I use the resin to smooth out the finish, I usually do 2 or 3 coats, depending on how much is needed. I think this bowl only took 2 to get it nice and smooth before we went on to the final polishing and waxing. now that I'm happy with the shape, the look, the sand of this, just go on to the waxing and polishing, going through the axe paste system using their tongue oil first, then the sanding grit. And I don't think I used the polishing wax, the removal wax stuff on it, because I go ahead and I do use the Beal Triple E polishing system. See me here, I'm fiddling with the belts on the lathe. This lathe has two settings, A and B, and B setting you can only get up to about 1500 RPMs. With the A setting, different belt positioning, I can get up to 3200 RPM. Sure, I like to keep it when I start using the buffing pads. Well, now we successfully got that tenon taken off with no issues, thank goodness. We're about done with this. So we'll have a little bit of polishing coming up and a little bit of lasering. So I wanted to thank you all again for sticking with me, sticking with this video. Maybe one last time ask for a possible subscribe or a like, maybe a comment. Even a share would be cool. I would really appreciate it. It doesn't cost you anything. So thanks for sticking with me, and thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed.